What's going on, child? Whoa, we are keeping that shit in there. It is your most favorite diabetic YouTuber in the whole entire world, back with another video. And yeah, to learn disability decided it's going to kick in real early. But today we are checking out a clip. Apparently, a woman decided she was going to go on vacation. She was enjoying her time, and then she started enjoying her time a little bit too much and fell in love. And apparently fell in love with, type of kingpin, allegedly. And also, it just gets even worse from there. I don't know if she ends up, or just disappearing, but she is just vanished or something type like that. That's kind of how the thumbnail or title all made it sound. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what actually happened here, because if you go on vacation and think you fall in love and then it just goes south like that, that just sounds suspicious. I mean, obviously, once you hear the allegedness of what the occupation was of the person, you're like, oh, maybe. But then I just don't know what the whole story is in general. So I'm very curious. So before we get any further, I have to say this is all alleged for safety. And also it is all love, no hate, unless, proven needed to be hate. All right, child, no more hesitations. Let's get into the video now.
Did you hear about the woman from Miami who went on vacation with her sister and ended up coming home in a casket?
Oh, shit.
Denisha Delancey was just 29 years old, born and raised in Miami, Florida. A certified baddie from Liberty City, she loved to go out, travel, and enjoy life. This March, they were planning to celebrate her sister Sincaria's 29th birthday by planning a trip to the island of St. Martin with another friend for the very first time. The three young ladies booked a beautiful Airbnb on the Dutch side of the island, along with a private driver. As soon as they arrived on the island, they went to their Airbnb, got cleaned up, and immediately went out to have fun at a day party. Later that night, they went to a club called the White Rabbit, and they met a man from Trinidad who was now living in St. Martin. He was being very generous and making sure that they were well taken care of. So by the time the night ended, they told their private driver that they didn't need him anymore, and they decided to ride home with this man, because he had also booked an Airbnb.
That doesn't sound smart to begin with, but
they made it back to the room. The birthday girl and their friend Sasha went inside, while Denisha decided she was going to hang out with the man a little bit more. The plan was for them to go back to his Airbnb and hang out, but instead he drove her back to the club, and Denisha never made it back to her sister again. Her sister tried calling Denisha's phone over and over again, but there was no answer. Some hours later, they got a call from their private driver asking them if they were okay. And the girl said yes, but Denisha never made it back from hanging out with that man. When the driver heard this, he said, "Oh no, that man you were with, he was found dead early this morning."
What?
The police first arrived on the scene. They thought it was just another traffic accident. But as they investigated, they saw that it was way more than that. Inside the car, they found a male driver and a female passenger, and they were both unresponsive. But when they investigated further, they realized that the crash was not the cause of their deaths. Police learned that the driver, Quincy Damon Sylvester, was a local businessman who was also suspected of being a drug lord, and police believe this murder was a targeted hit to execute him. Police say they found camera footage showing that there was some unknown men following Quincy around the club all night long. These men allowed them to leave the club and go all the way back to the Airbnb. But when they returned, they took their shot and got their man. Denisha just happened to be with him. Denisha was laid to rest in Miami by her family, who continued to grieve the loss of their daughter. Denisha was
damn. Okay, well, that took the twist that I was not expecting. I was expecting it to allegedly be the man that she went with, but nah, they was plotting and waiting, and she just got in the car, wrong time, wrong place. So, like, in general, yeah, it just sounds a little bit, you might want to be a little bit safer than to go back to somebody, especially when you're out in the foreign areas. At least I'm pretty sure that is. I could be wrong. I am stupid, so don't quote me on that. But, like, you should just be a little safer, and especially since I feel like, yeah, that might be, like, part of the girl code. I don't know necessarily, obviously, but, like, bro code is you shouldn't be leaving. I mean, in general, I don't feel like you should leave your friends back behind. That just feels like something that I wouldn't do, even if I was plastered drunk. I don't feel like I would feel safe leaving my friend that we're in the middle of somewhere I don't know. We don't live here. We have no we're foreigners, and I just don't feel like my gut feeling would be right about that. But at the same time, it's not like they necessarily knew that somebody was plotting on him. It probably would have been a whole good night if they weren't plotting on him. I'm just going to say that, like, allegedly, because we don't know what would have happened, obviously. But, yeah, it was definitely a case of wrong time, wrong place. And I thought she disappeared, but no. All right, well, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep that as a thumbnail. I mean, the title, but yeah, no matter the case, RIP, love and condolences to the family and friends, and really, that's all I gotta say. But I do want to know what y'all think, what you want to see your boy make in the comment section down below. But like I said, it's all I got for y'all. Peace.